Hello, I'm Tony Romanek, and welcome to the front seat of my car. And you're wondering why am I doing a video on the front seat of my car? Well, I'm using the car as my studio. My studio to do this series, what we're calling Wealth in the Pine Belt, where we are going to identify what wealth is, define it, remove the mystique from it, and then show you some examples of some ordinary people who are generating wealth. I believe what the motivational speaker Zig Ziglar said when he said, if you help enough people get what they want in life, you eventually get what you want. And I try to build my life around that motto. This first video series is entitled 4G Wealth. And I'll tell you a little bit about what 4G Wealth is when we get into the video. But first, what is wealth? Wealth simply is this. It means that you have more income and more assets than you have debt and liability. I'll say that again. That means your income and your assets are greater than your liabilities and your expenses. That's what wealth is. So in other words, if you made $50,000 a year and you had $20,000 in expenses and liabilities, well, you're $30,000 wealthy. Right? And so if you take that $30,000 that you have in wealth and use that to buy more wealth, right? To buy more assets, you begin to build on your assets and create an empire. So that's what wealth is in a nutshell. Welcome to Wealth in the Pine Belt, featuring Takara and Willie Hayes with Off the Bone Mobile Barbecue. I'm excited for you, man. I'm happy for you, Will.
Yeah. I remember when it was all a dream, Tony. Yeah, when it was all a dream.
So, Will, you said it was all a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And, in order to start anything, it starts with a thought. It starts with a dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what were you doing before you got that dream to start your business?
I was actually doing it just as a hobby,
Mm-hmm.
and that hobby kind of became a passion. I had a full-time job, driving trucks, and that once that passion hit me, and I had people around me to kind of encourage me and push me, which you were one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
You came to me one day and you said, hey man, it's a product I think can do more than just be a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And we went from there.
After having a dream to open the business and seeing that you had a product that the people wanted, so walk me through the next step. So you start with a dream. You had a vision, you had a dream, right? So what was the next step immediately after that? And I remember you and I sat down,
mm-hmm.
and I remember we started putting stuff on paper.
Right.
So tell me what was going through your head during that phase of the business process.
Well, I was probably too excited for the first thing, And once we got the ball rolling and came up with a business plan, and a business plan that wouldn't just work for the type of food that we wanted to sell, but the area that we wanted to sell the food in. South Mississippi being close to the Gulf, a lot of people they really around seafood.
Yeah.
But we wanted to bring something that was more southern backyard style barbecue. And when people kind of heard that name, they said, oh, it's something that we can try. It's something that's not real popular in this area. So when we came up with an idea, it was an idea just for not this area but the South overall.
Gotcha. Now you and your wife are the owners of this business.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Takara. I see her working really hard in there too. So walk me through like the roles that y'all play in making y'all business such a success that it is.
Well, when we first started, Tony, it was really supposed to be just me working the business.
Gotcha.
And once everything took off, it became kind of a little bit too much for me, on a day-to-day basis. Which she had a full-time job also, and she would even leave on her lunch break to, you know, come to work. And as the business kept growing and kept growing, you know, she just saw the opportunity where she could become full time.
Wow.
And you know, it wasn't easy at first. You know, it was a kind of rough transition. You know, she worked at a law firm, and you know, it's a big difference in a law firm and a kitchen.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And so it was a big transition, you know, for not only her but me also. You know, driving truck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always liked to cook. I always was in the kitchen, but you know, it was something that was kind of new to both of us.
Mm-hmm.
But once the ball started rolling and we got into it, you know, we said, hey, it's something we like.
Gotcha. Wow. So it started with a vision.
Mm-hmm.
You had this idea and you were excited about it. You was inspired, and then that vision led to you actually developing a plan.
Right.
And so during that plan, during sitting down, coming up with, I guess, a marketing strategy, running the numbers, obviously you done well at it because, as I just heard you say, I mean, you were driving trucks full time.
Right.
And you came off the road, right? And then I just heard you say your wife was working at a law firm.
Right.
And now she's employed full time at the business.
Right.
Man, that's exciting, man.
Yeah.
Man, so you're able to kind of, I mean, take care of your family based off of an idea. It was placed in you, obviously, by God.
Right. Right.
And you had to take that idea and develop it. And now you're generating wealth for your family.
Right. Right.
But it took you having a plan to do it.
Yeah.
So one of the things I want to say to anybody who's listening that's looking to start a business or you're in business, inspiration is great, and every great thing started with someone being inspired. But if it's going to take off, it must have to have this second phase, which is a plan.
Right.
And as we heard, Willie had that. Could you remember the first thing you did after having that plan on paper? What's the next thing that you did to start to make that plan leap off the paper into reality? Do you remember?
The first thing we did, Tony, we of course it took faith to leave a job, you know, to just stop doing a career. You know, a promising career, you know, not only for me, but for my wife as well, you know, and I asked God, you know, to just show me that it's my turn, you know, and if it's my turn, then it's obviously his time.
Gotcha.
And he did that, you know, he showed me that, you know, we could do it. You know, we had doubts, we had fear, but, you know, once we took that faith leap, Tony, it was scary at first, but, you know, the faith pulled us through.
Gotcha. So your faith superseded your fear.
Right.
And
right.
fear is a natural part of the process.
It is.
When you're trying to do something that you've never done before.
Right.
You know, so many uncertainties.
Yeah.
But you didn't let fear stop you.
No.
So I heard you say there was a vision, you had a plan, and then you actually got started. From the vision to the plan to actually getting started. Now you are in the process, you started. And as we already stated, your wife come off the job, you come off the job. How do you sustain that?
Well, Tony, we had a mission statement in the beginning to always push a high quality, low cost product. And we stuck to that. You know, when you try to cut corners and try to go the cheap route, you know, you kind of lose that quality, and when you lose the quality, you lose the customer.
Gotcha.
So the most thing that has sustained us the most is to always push a high quality product.
Willie, man, I want to thank you for your time, man. But I want you to tell any aspiring business owners who may be watching this, one of your, I guess, secrets to having a successful business. Man, people get mad if y'all not open.
Right. Well, it first starts with you. You know, you're gonna always get out of it what you put in it. You know, and if you give your all, you will get your all. You know, some days it don't seem that way. You know, some days you want to stop, you want to give up. but you're gonna always reap what you sow. You know, whatever you put in that business, whatever time you give to that business, then you know it'll come back to you.
Willie, man, much success, man, to
Yes,
you
sir.
and your wife and your family. Man, you are a true example of what it looks like, man, to create wealth. And I wanted to show the Pine Belt everyday, ordinary person getting up every day, creating wealth.
Right.
And I believe this is only the beginning, Will. And
Right.
I just, man, I pray much success for you and your wife for the upcoming year. And you know, I'm just a phone call away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you ever need me.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Takara, welcome to the front seat.
Thank you for having me.
Studios.
Yes.
Just talked to your husband, Willie.
Yes.
Of course, y'all are a partnership.
Of course.
Off the Bone Mobile Barbecue.
Yes.
And Willie and I were just kind of reminiscing from the first beginning of this. And, you know, he shared that, you know, it's the business started, well, it's just going to be him.
Mm-hmm.
But it blew up.
Quick.
It blew up quick. And so he needed help.
Yes.
And you came off of your job working at a law firm.
And got good.
And now you're working full time inside of your own business.
I am.
Tell us about that, working with your husband, and you're a mother, a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the pros and the cons of that.
It's good. I love the flexibility. I love the wide range. It's not a box. Of course, like we just talked about in the beginning, we didn't see it being this big. So I love that the expansion is there. The cons, I work for myself. If anybody understands that if I don't work, I don't get paid. If my children are sick, I don't get paid. I don't have vacation days. While everybody else is off at Christmas shopping, I'm working. So I love it. I love it. I love the opportunity, and I'm just excited really to just see where it could be. Other than that, every day is a new day.
Gotcha. Well said. Well said. Takara, one of the reasons why we're doing this episode in the front seat of my car is because I wanted to take the fear away from business.
Gotcha.
I wanted to take the fear away from finances and what it means to get started. And I wanted to just drive up and roll up on y'all.
At the mobile spot.
See y'all in action.
Gotcha,
and let you talk about the journey.
Yeah.
Takara, so coming off of your job, tell me what was going on in your head when you realized that had to happen.
I didn't think it was gonna work. I was hesitant. I really was. I let fear keep me hostage for 2 months. I did. We had set a date. I think it was more like July-ish. I said, nah, I ain't ready for that. Because I needed the certainty of a for sure check, I thought. But once I let go, it's just like things started to happen. Because what I would do is sometimes I would get off early to help out. But then when I let go completely, it just things started to roll. To be honest, it really was a faith move because in my mind, I didn't see how it happened. To be honest, I don't see how it still happened.
Wow.
But once I let go, it seemed like things started to work out in our favor.
So if you're watching this, right, get this, catch this. Don't put more faith in your job than you have in the plan that God has given you. Cross that hurdle. Yes, fear will be there. But if God is in it, and you know you heard from God, and you have a plan after hearing from God, go for it. Yeah. But to aspiring entrepreneurs out there, maybe a husband and wife team is looking at this, and God is stirring something in their heart to get started. What would you say to them? Be
true to yourself. Meaning that your business may not look like other people's business, and that's okay because God has room for that. Just like we have Coke, we have Pepsi. Look at Amazon. Who knew that Amazon would be what they are 10 years ago when they started, 15 years ago? They've actually making Walmart bow down to what they're doing. Wow. They started the grocery. Wow. So look at Redbox. Yeah. Who knew that they could put out? Who knew?
Wow.
Who knows what your business could really be doing? It's somebody out there who needs what you have. Go for it.
That reminds me of the scripture in Psalms 1, one of my favorite scriptures. And it says, whatever he does will prosper.
Mm.
Whatever he does, you got to move,
So
you got to jump.
It's got to
you
be
gotta-
some action.
You got to go for it,
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Praying about it, talking about it, getting ready to do it. You've been praying for a long time. We know God is in it.
Right.
And now God is waiting on you to get started,
Right.
At some point,
At some point.
Right.
Right.
So, Takara, man, much success to you
Thank
and
you.
Willie. Y'all got the city on fire with this
Oh.
barbecue. Y'all got the,
I don't know about that.
y'all do.
We day by day, we are. We
Yeah,
are. Like I said, I'm excited to see where God is really taking this. I want to be able to
love
employ
that.
people,
Yeah.
even flexibility, even inspire somebody else who wants to open their own business.
Mhm.
And not even just that. I just want to be able to show people what good food tastes like. You don't have to spend $25 for a good barbecue plate, but I want people to remember that. You remember when you went to your first backyard barbecue,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you remember how good it was,
Oh, yeah.
and you couldn't wait to get back to that. That's what I want you to remember.
So, Takara, you said something. I thought I was ending, but you said part of your vision, part of you guys' goal is to create jobs for people.
Yes. I would love to be able to allow them to work in a faith-filled environment.
Yeah.
A lot of times we have jobs and we fret going to those jobs, but we need those. I want to just be able to let people know it's okay to have a job. It's okay to make money. As young people say, it's okay to grind.
Right.
But if you in a stable environment,
Right.
so that's
right.
what I'm looking forward to.
Much blessings on y'all in the upcoming
appreciate
year.
it. I thank you. I appreciate it. Just go for it though. If you're looking for something, it's already there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.